Are you thinking about moving to Cypress, Texas, one of the best suburbs in the Houston area? If you do, you're making the right choice. In this video, I am going to go over the 5 top neighborhoods in Cypress, Texas, and 2 bonus neighborhoods that I think that is good also for family with children. If you are new to this channel, my name is Rose Dunn. I am a realtor here in the state of Texas. In this channel, it is where I talk about the good, the bad, the ugly of what it takes to move in Texas. If you have not subscribed to my channel, you will want to subscribe, like my video, and share, because every week I come with new video, so you do not want to miss. The first community I am going to talk about is Alder Trail, and that is number 5 in the list. Alder Trail is a small community located 27 miles west of Houston, right out of 290, and it is behind Cypress Lake Community and Town Lakes. Alder Trail has a 155 acre. That's how much the community is, and what the HOA has to offer play a big part on the reason why I say it is the number 5 on the list. So let's go over what the community has to offer. Let's looking at school in the neighborhood, because I know school for any home buyer, any parent, school is the most important things. Elementary school that is catered to the community is a 18.7 student teacher ratio, and the enrollment is a little bit over 1,000 kids. Because the neighborhood is so small and the school is actually fairly new, so the student to teacher ratio is pretty good. And when you're looking at the STAR test and the Cypher ISD, that school is one of the top schools that give the high result when it comes to STAR test. Miller School is about 1,500 plus kids, and it's a 17.1 student teacher ratio. So the kids have a lot of one-on-one, and most the school do have a teacher assistant. The high school is a little bit bigger because it's catered to other subdivisions in the area. So we have about 3,000 plus children in the high school, and the dropout is very low. The STAR test is very high for the subdivision. So if you are looking to move in Alder Trail, looking at the school is one of the best things that you can do for your kids. Let's talk about HOA, for example. Most Texas subdivision have a HOA. The HOA in Alder Trail, it's pretty low for what it has to offer. The HOA is about $860. This is low compared to other subdivisions. What does Alder Trail has to offer? The HOA is pretty low. It's around $850, and sometimes the price can change, but right now it is around that much. And we know Alder Trail is a 155 acre community, but you have a lot of natural trees. You have 2 lakes in the neighborhood. You have playground. The neighborhood does offer a pool, like a resort style type of pool. So in the summer the pool will open, and sometimes during the holidays when it's hot outside, you can go and have a good time with your little one. Other amenity the neighborhood has to offer is walking trail. If you are somebody who like to go jogging, you do have several area where you can go jog. If you like to cater like picnic, you are somebody who's outdoor, they do have a picnic pavilion in the neighborhood where you can reserve it if you want to invite friends in the community where you barbecue. They have a section where you can barbecue and do all of that in the community. because Outer Trail is such a small community, they don't have much in the community, but it is built for family structure, and compared to other community, I think it's has a lot to offer. Let's move on to our next community, Kenyon Lake West. Kenyon Lake West is a 1,800-acre gated community, and it is the number 2 in my list. Let's talk about school in Kenyon Lake West. Okay, the school in Kenyon Lake West is not the same school with Outer Trail, because remember what I tell you guys. Each community have their own school in the community. The elementary school in Kenyon Lake West have a 17 student to teacher ratio, and the enrollment is less than 1,000 kids. So that is very good, and you still have a teacher assistant. The middle school is less than 2,000 children, and it is a 18 student teacher ratio. But keep in mind, all those classes depends on the size of the class and the teacher's need. You will find there is a teacher assistant in the school. The high school, yes, the high school is a little bit bigger, and it is a 14 student teacher ratio. Yes, it is a 14 student teacher ratio. So we can't go wrong with that. And like I said, all those neighborhoods are in Cypress ISD. So the STAR test, which is the standard Texas STAR test, to check out what level is your kids are. Most of those schools have a high turnaround when it comes to what your child do in school. So let's keep that in mind. So the next thing we're gonna move to is the HOA. What does Kenyon Lake West have to offer as a gated community? Let's move on to that. Kenyon Lake West amenity, it's vary. The community, because it is a gated community, the HOA is about $1,200 for the year, but listen to the amenities. So when you drive in to Kenyon Lake West in the community, you have a 24 hours security. So I've been to Kenyon Lakes West because I live right outside of Kenyon Lakes. When I am driving to go show houses in the community, I have to present my driver license to the security, and he write down my name or which house I'm going to visit, and it write down my license plate. Depends on how much traffic coming in the community. You will find it where there is police patrolling inside the community, and if they have not seen you often in the community, somebody who is new, you will find it I will say for you who's the driver who's visiting the community, is very inconvenient because you have a security guard or a police officer just driving, checking you out, and keep an eye on you to make sure you are not someone who come inside the community to do something illegal. And Kenyon Lake does have a clubhouse they share with another subdivision that is kind of outside Kenyon Lake. It is Stonegate community. So let's say you live inside and the clubhouse inside is already reserved, and you have a last minute party you want to organize, so you can go to the outside subdivision, which is Stonegate, and use that community. That is the part of the amenity Kenyon Lake has to offer. When it's come to pool, the pool is a resort style. The playground, you have walking trail, and right outside of Kenyon Lakes, the city has just started to build a neighborhood park, and in that neighborhood park you actually have equipment where you can exercise. Let's say you don't want to exercise inside Kenyon Lakes, but you can go outside the subdivisions and exercise. They have weightlifting machine that you can use. That's very, very, very convenient in my opinion. I do have past clients that sold houses in Kenyon Lakes. Some part of Kenyon Lake where you pay the HOA, there is a convenience fee where if you want to add your internet and certain utility inside the HOA, you can. I don't know if the community is still doing it, but that was something that was done in the past. So let's move on to our third subdivision. Let's talk about the pool in Kenyon Lakes. You do have a sections in the pool where it's catered to small children, and then you have another sections in the pool that is catered to junior Olympic, and then you have an adult sections that is kind of like a resort style. And Kenyon Lake has jogging, walking trail, it has splash pad, it has a lot more to offer compared to Alder Trail community. Just keep that in mind. So let's move to our next subdivision, number 3 in the list, Cypress Lakes. Let's talk about Cypress Lakes. Cypress Creek Lake is located right off 290. It is a 1,600-acre community with a 5-acre open space for jogging and trails and park. And you have about 6 acres of lakes where the community members can go and jog, and if you want to have barbecue, they have a open pavilion around the lake where you can sit down looking at the water and have barbecue. The community have a clubhouse. If you want to have an event like a party, a wedding, you can rent it out from the HOA to have your event. So all of that is part of the HOA that you pay for in the community. I know school is important in the area. Since Cypress Creek Lake is in the Cypher ISD, the school, elementary school, is a 18 student teacher ratio. The elementary is a 17 student teacher ratio, and the high school is a 17 student teacher ratio. And the schools are the same as Alder Trail and Kenyon Lakes, because the community are so close to each other. So you will find that you will have the same score for the school, but most of the school for your little ones, when it comes to elementary and middle school, those schools are different, because like I said, each community have a school that's assigned to them, and that's just the way it is in the Cypher ISD in most of Texas. Those score that I'm giving you for the school, those are when you go to different websites. You go to niche.com, you're looking at the schools, you will see that the scoring, it's for each school is different, because they calculate how many kids that are drop out, how many kids graduate, they calculate the ethnicity of the kids. So all those play a part when it comes to say, okay, how many students the school is produced that pass the STAR test. But Cypher overall is one of the best school districts in Houston. That's why Cypher and Katy is always competing. Depends on how the school do in the STAR test. So that's how they score the school. So we're going to go into the next section, which is talking about the amenity Cypress Creek Lake has to offer. It is a little bit more compared to Alder Trail because the community is bigger. Like I said, the community has a 6 lakes in the area. That's why it's called Cypress Creek Lakes, because it's built around the lakes. And then you have your walking trails, so you can walk around the lake. So if you want to wake up early in the morning, you want to go jog, if you have your main best friend with you, now, you will have a lot of space where you can go throw a stick, because there is a dog park that is not too far away. And if you like biking, you can enjoy having a bike ride with your kids, because the way the community built, there is not a lot of traffic inside the community. So the only traffic you have, it is the residents that live in the community. So if your children you like to let your kids go outside and play, they will be able to play outside, because the community members, they know there is children playing in the area. So the traffic is very minimal. And let's talk about the fitness. So inside the community, you have a fitness center. So if you want to work out, you are all into working out, and you want to live a healthy lifestyle, you can still have that. You don't have to worry getting a membership. But if you want a membership, there is a gym that is closed, which is Lifetimes, and you can go work out. But if you want to stay in the community, you don't want to pay the extra fee, you have the lifestyle center inside the community you can use for all your workout. And the community usually have events like garage sale. They have the market for farmers market. Usually it is done by Town Lakes and Bridgeland, because you guys right across the street, so you get to enjoy some of those things that other communities are doing. You guys get to enjoy it at Cypress Creek Lakes. And then one other thing that is very important, it is because the community is right across the street from Black Horse community, which is one of the best community. Also, you have the opportunity, if you want to be part of the Black Horse Community Club, you can inquire about membership so that you can enjoy your retirement and play golf. So, because you guys right across the street. And sometimes when members are playing golf, you can stand in your background. If you have a lakefront, you can watch community member play golf. So it is a very, very nice community. So that is why it is third on the list. So now we're going to go on the next part, which is our fourth community, which is Bridgelands. We're going to talk about Bridgeland and Great Lakes. And stay tuned, guys, because I am gonna go over the two bonus community I think you guys will love and you guys will agree with me. So stay tuned. Let's talk about our fourth community. That is the number 4 in the list, Bridgeland. Bridgeland is in number 4 in the list. I am going to tell you guys the reason why. So Bridgeland is a 10,000 acre community, and you have about 3,000 open space for the community members, and you have 900 acres of lakes. Yes, 900 acres of lakes. So Bridgeland is off of Fries and 290. It is across the street from Town Lakes and Cypress Lake. So let's go over the amenity Bridgeland has to offer. Let's talk about the amenity Bridgeland has to offer. I've already tell you guys, Bridgeland has a 3,000 acres of open space. The open space mean there is park, there is walking trail, those consider open space. And then there is a 900 acres of lakes. So that means around Bridgeland you will find 900 acres of lakes. So if you want to go waterboarding, you can do it in Bridgeland. Kayaking, you can do it in Bridgeland. Paddle boat, you can do it in Bridgeland. And they have a soccer field for your kids if you want your kids to get involved in sport, which I highly recommend, because when they say everything is bigger in Texas, if your kids is consuming a lot, they need to be outside and exercise so that you can keep them fit, because kids love video game and you want them to stay outside. And Bridgeland actually offer free classes for your little one that's want to play sport. But If you want them to be more involved, you want to be more aggressive, there is a fee for it. But if you just want the basics, some of the basics were free. And with the economy changing, I don't know if they will be charging, but it used to be where your little one can do sport for free in Bridgeland. The HOA for Bridgeland is about $1,200 a year. And keep in mind, because Bridgeland is a master plan community, when you sell your house or when you acquire the house, if you get a new construction, the builder might charge you a 1% fee for the HOA. But if they didn't do it at the beginning, let's say if it's a resale, you are selling your house, there might be a convenience fee for the HOA they charge. I don't know if it's still like that, but in the last 3 months they were still charging that 1%. So it is something that all the master plan community do. It is not illegal. It is the fact that Bridgeland, each sections in the master plan community, if you choose to buy a house in the master plan community, regardless if it is in Bridgeland or if it's in Missouri, if it is in the Woodland, all the master plan community, they have a year-round pool. So it doesn't matter if it's winter, no matter what the season is, the main pool clubhouse is open. You have your card, you can use it. But there is in different sections in community, there is other pools. Those are open on a season basis. That's something to keep in mind. Bridgeland offers several type of classes. They offered embroidery classes, they offer sewing classes. If you are someone who's celebrating the holiday, you like making gingerbread, they even have gingerbread making class, and then they do contests. So the community has a lot to offer for a master plan community. And also, if you are someone you want to be involved in the community, they have farmers market. They have it twice a month, and also they have restaurant outside the community. They have grocery stores. And the reason why I placed Bridgeland in number 2, because the township center has not been scheduled yet to say when it's going to be built. So the members that live in the community, they are paid the membership, but the township, it's approved by the city, but they don't have a schedule to say, okay, it's on the board, this is when it's going to be they're going to start build it, and this is when it's going to be finished. Keep in mind, because Bridgeland is so large, it's going to take another 15 to 20 years to finish Bridgeland. So that is the reason why Bridgeland is number 2. So the next step, let's talk about school in Bridgeland. Let's talk about school. Okay, the community has its own school. Bridgeland has its own elementary school, middle school, and high school. Those schools just built, and they have a 18 student teacher ratio. And like I said, it depends on the size of the school. You will find most of the school, they have teachers assistants, so you don't have to worry your kids is not going to get quality education because of the student teacher ratio. The teacher does receive some help from assistant, and they usually, because my kids goes in the area, for that's where my children go to school, you will find it, the planner, the teacher will plan the program in advance, so that they don't have to be the one telling the assistant what to do, because everything is already planned in advance. And most of the school that has been built, those are all technology advanced school. So you want to be in the Cypher ISD, so this is one of the best community. Now we're going to go about our number 1 community. Let's talk about our number 1 community, Town Lakes. Town Lakes is very small a lot small compared to Bridgeland. Town Lakes is only 300 acres. community with a 14-mile shoreline. So you will find that Town Lakes offer a more type of waterfront type style community. So that is the reason why I put Town Lake as number one, because Town Lake is so small and there is so much they offered. And even though the community is so small, it still caters to families. So I love Town Lakes. Yes. So let's talk about the amenity Town Lake has to offer. Okay, so in Town Lakes, the first thing they built in Town Lake was the boardwalk, which I think that's what makes Town Lakes number one in the community, because when you move in the area, you feel like, okay, your money, you are enjoy what you pay for in the area, which is your HOA, your taxes, because you can enjoy the boardwalk. So when you move to Town Lake, you can actually enjoy the community because they built the boardwalk before Town Lakes was actually finished. And I moved in Cypress about 10 years ago when I first got married. So I am located in Kenyon village. So I see how the community is built. And when they were building the bridge in Town Lakes going across to Backer Cypress, that's where I usually drive. So I see how they built the bridge, and I see how the boardwalk has built. So it brings the community, I would say the beauty of the community, it brings it out, because that was the first thing they built, was the amenity. So when you move to Town Lakes, you pay your HOA, which is about $1,200 or more, depends on what you choose, because they have so much amenity. They have membership club, you can choose to participate or not. So that's something you can think about. But they have something like you can go on boat tour. They have a 6 miles boat tour you can go to visit the community, because most of those homes are water park, and they are at a higher price point. Yes, they are at a higher price point. So if you're looking to buy $1 million or more, so that will be the locations for you to look at. You can get a waterfront in Town Lakes. Yes. And the amenity, you have the island. So when you take a boat ride, there is an island inside Town Lakes where you can get off the boat and sit down and have a picnic. They have tables, and if you want to have a barbecue, you can go to the island, have a barbecue there with your family and friends if you decide to do so. Some of the other amenity, they have water skiing. So if you are someone who enjoy water skiing, you can have that life in Town Lakes. If you want boating, where you just want to do boating, if you like jet ski, yes, you can have a jet ski. You can have your waterfront community, and then they will build the dock for your boat. That's part of the community. And on Friday, let's say you finish working, you're tired, you want to sit down and have a glass of wine, you can just walk, or you can get onto your scooter, or if you want to drive, you can drive your car, whatever you want to do. Or if you want to ride on your small card, so you can ride on it and then just go to the boardwalk and sit down, have a glass of wine, enjoy some cheese and wine, and have a conversations with your friends and family. You can take the kids out. If you want to enjoy restaurants, they have restaurants right there. You want to go shopping, they have shopping right there, all in the Town Lakes and the boardwalk. So these are the amenities they have to offer, and they have a lot more amenities. The club where you go into the fitness, it is a first class fitness. It's very clean. They have the kids sections where if you have little ones, you want them to get involved in community and the event they have for kids, they have that. They have the farmers market twice a month they organize in the community. So if you are someone who want to eat healthy, you enjoy farms, vegetables, so you have the opportunity to be involved and contribute in the community. So yes, I choose Town Lake as my #1 community. And let's talk about my 2 bonus neighborhood. Yes, before I talk about my bonus community, I did not highlight the school. Like I said, because of the locations of Town Lakes between Cypress Creek Lakes, Alder Trail, and Bridgeland, Town Lakes does have its own school inside the community, and the average teacher to student ratio is between 18 and 17 student to teacher ratio, and the grades, like the school grades on how the school do, it's about the same with the other community. Let's talk about my bonus community. It is Cold Crossing. Cold Crossing is home to about 2,600 home, and they have 175 acres open space that the community have to enjoy. They have a 56 stations of bike trail. So when you go on a bike ride, they have 56 sections inside the community. And the amenity, they have the resorts type of pool, they have the fitness center, and they have a park right outside of Cold Crossing you can enjoy, and it is currently being managed by the city. So even though you are in Cold Crossing, you pay for your HOA, but your money you pay for the HOA is not the one taking care of the park, but you get to enjoy it. And what I love about Cold Crossing, it is a more mature community because that community was built in the 1998, so the trees are more mature. So when you go on a bike ride, you feel the breeze a little bit more compared to Town Lakes and Bridgeland. You feel like you are actually enjoying nature a lot more in Cold Crossing compared to those other communities. They do have a clubhouse, they have all the other amenity Bridgeland has to offer. Cold Crossing offer the same amenity, but at the, I would say it is at a lower level. So, and then my next community, which is I think it's a nice community, it is Black Horse. Black Horse is next to Bridgeland, and it is right before 290. And Black Horse is a golf course community. It is family oriented. So if you live in Black Horse, you do not want to have a membership for the golf course, you do not have to have it. But to live in a golf course community, I think it is wise to have it because you never know what could happen. So this is it for today. So if you have an opinion about a community I did not cover, I know I did not cover Fairfield area, and there is other community like Sydney Arbor, which is a waterfront man-made type of community. I did not cover them, but if you have an opinion, you can always comment below and let me know which community in the Cypress area that you think is the best community. And this, my name is Rose. Like I said, I am a realtor. I've been living in Cypress for 10 years, so my family enjoy, my family and I, we enjoy Cypress, we enjoy the environment. And I can tell you that every family that live in Cypress, if you see a home is resale, most likely they are not. If they are not relocated for a job, most likely they will still be living in Cypress. They just get an upgrade, but they don't leave the community or where they are. If you are in Bridgeland, you sell your house, you get a bigger house. You live in Town Lake, you sell your house, you get a bigger house, but nobody actually leaves the community because it is so family oriented. Regardless if you have a family, regardless if you are young or old, it's like you feel so alive. To me, you feel so alive, and Cypress feels so, the people in Cypress, like, they nice. I can say that because let me tell you a story. My aunt, who most of my families are in Florida, they live in Miami, and most of my family, they are in the medical field. So my aunt come to visit me. She is a nurse in one of the most prestigious hospital in Miami. She is the head nurse. So she come to visit me to spend some time. It was during the 4th of July, and she went to the grocery store, and she was at HEB, and she was pushing a cart. I didn't go with her. She went by herself. And when she come home, she was telling me, she said, "Was man, people in Texas are so friendly. Even when I get out of the Houston airport, the direction was so direct, and it's better than Miami airport." And then when she goes to the grocery store, she said, somebody pushed their cart and they actually say, "Excuse me, I've never had that in Miami." And she was telling me, she said, in Miami, people will be like stepping on your toe. They just look at you in your eyes and they say nothing. And I used to live in Miami, and I left Miami, that was like 11 years ago. I haven't gone to Miami to spend a lot of time. So when my aunt was telling me that, I said, "Well, then I'm just waiting for you to move here in Texas." So anyway, thank you for watching. So feel free to subscribe to my channel and call me, inbox me if you have any questions about real estate, and keep watching. I have my next video, which was the cost of living in Cypress and in Katy, you can watch. So, and then I also have neighborhood video you can watch to see what you like more, what this price can give you, that price can give you. My name is Wazan. I am a realtor here in the state of Texas. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.